Because from here, multiply these things, it'll be x, yeah, cube 25. Yeah, because you're multiplying these two. And then same thing that goes here, it'll be 25 times 5, so that will become 125. So cube root of 125 is actually 5. Jerry, you're I hear it.
Is there any way that we could go over a couple problems?
Oh, yes. I owe you that, plus a lot.
I was going through the homework and I like, there's a couple ones that I was like, oh.
Yeah. This guy is not really doing what he says he's doing when he gives you a review chapter. He's violating that quite a bit.
Well, that makes it so better.
This is new stuff and he's not playing fair. So we will go over some stuff.
I was really happy to see the factoring.
Yeah, something familiar.
Factoring on.
Yes, I know that one.
I wish I was better.
We can move another chair back there if you want Connor to sit with you. Yeah, just take one of those right back there.
Okay, you said multiply 10, right?
One.
People got colds. It's gonna go around.
Oh, I just thought it was one.
It's gonna go around. It's the rain, I guess.
That's probably
That
my
and
fault.
flu
Your
season.
fault.
Yeah, like if someone else in this room has
The
it's
rain
probably
is
my
your fault?
I'm patient zero.
You bought the rain?
Hmm?
The rain was your fault?
Oh, I thought we were talking
Right.
about cold.
That too, okay.
Okay.
So you're patient zero.
I'm patient zero.
You get it off the ground.
Alright, so.
Then you get well and, well, after 30 days, then you're susceptible to get it again, so. We'll count them, yeah.
I don't need it.
Me too. I don't need it.
It's 706 and 706.
Maybe that's
That and it's flu shot season.
You got your flu shot?
I got mine 2-3 weeks ago.
Should be working now. They're working.
I feel sorry for the people that get the flu mask.
Me too.
There's only that one.
We both know what that's like.
Squeeze down and say,
Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks of misery.
I got really, really sick.
oh, yes.
I had a reaction.
Not the worst.
Flu mask, like,
Be
2
sick.
years ago.
Oh, man.
So I can't get it anymore. I was like really close to getting hospitalized.
Oh, so bad.
I can't have the flu mask anymore.
Got it? So we got 5 minutes, so if you're in the midst of writing something or texting, just try to time it out so that in about 5 minutes, we can all come together, feel like you love it, correct? The person who complained to me that there wasn't enough problems on the homework, just now requested that I don't reveal who it was, so for their own future. So that has to stay confidential.
Not bad, that's-
And the video is out there, the video of your last class. It's now posted on your Clio website. You'll have to refer to that. And tonight's class will be posted probably Saturday morning as well. So just go to your website under content. Actually, I sent you all an email. Under content, and then you'll find a selection in class videos. And click on it, and you'll get the links. The smart board kicked my butt this afternoon, so I'm back to the archaic thing behind.
What's it? These are just square these. Like a rule, yeah.
Was everybody able to get adequate access to your textbook?
Yes.
I understand the lab will allow you to print it out hard copy if you want to do that. Or just stay with the e-book.
But what else brings it here?
That's my understanding. That's my understanding. I haven't tried it myself, but I've heard people say that. Of course, maybe they were just being quiet about it. let's see, upstairs in the faculty room, our computer is hooked directly to the printer. So we're able to do things like just ask it to print a little booklet for you. That's what it comes out. So they might be able to do that in the lab as well, or I might be able to arrange this. It's really nice.
Yeah.
You got one?
That's great.
Yeah, I got the biggie myself.
Careful. You'll
Take
keep.
a picture.
You gotta go back to the smart board. Okay, so here we are on class 2, and if I could get you to join in, we're ready to go. Primary order of business tonight is going to be put the stuff up on the whiteboard, all 3,247 problems, and then we'll go forward to some new material. But I give up. I am backing off. I was too ambitious, and I assigned stuff that I am now weakening on. So this is the updated assignment list, and I've stretched it down a little for my own safety. Back down. So Ira, can you read the balloons and the cartoon at the bottom? I need help. Could you read that?
I need help answering all these questions. Can we read all of it?
All of them, please, yeah.
Okay, read the chapter, then we'll answer the questions. Read the what?
Smile if we're talking about you. There's a propensity among students when they get an assignment sheet to go home, turn to the assignment page and start doing problems. And then they come to see me and say, I'm stuck on this one, show me how to do it. And I say, did you read the chapter? Read the one. I wasn't assigned a chapter, I was assigned to the problems, I'm doing the problems. Well, read the chapter first, work the examples, and then do the problems, the order of business, okay? Then everything comes easier. So this is the updated assignment sheet. So for tonight, we're not going to completely finish chapter 0, as I originally thought we were, because it turns out it's not chapter 0. It's got a lot of new stuff in it. That's not review stuff. So I'm giving it the time and attention new stuff deserves. We're going to slow down a little bit. This is not review. Some of it was, but some of it also wasn't. First time you've seen some of this stuff. So it's not fair to present it at review speed. So we're going to go into our usual speed. So tonight I'll present section 0.7, 0.8. And you have fairly light assignment on it for the reason that we would like you to actually make sure you've completed the stuff that was due today, in case you haven't completed it yet. So that by, you smile. Did you start it yet? Okay. And so that by the time we come in next Tuesday, everybody has all of A1 and A2 finished. And then we can actually move ahead. And next Tuesday, I will still stay with the review chapter 3, the review chapter 0, and we will finish it next Tuesday, meaning that this course will actually start next Thursday, a week from tonight. Start. And then we'll cut through those 6 chapters at the rate of about 1 chapter a week. So that's our appended schedule, ready to go. Now, I do want to announce to everyone that this Saturday from 2 to 4 is a workshop. Everyone's invited, bring your friends. And we'll discuss and go over anything that you ask to have done. And it'll probably be in this room. That's the information at the moment. If it happens to not be, then it's in one of the other rooms and you can locate us. Just poking around a little. But it's supposed to be in this room, Saturday 2 to 4. That'll be every Saturday. So come if you care to. So that's the end of business. Any administrative questions or business from you all's part? Okay, we'll go right into work mode. And it's been requested that I actually do a few examples of your own choosing on the board before we send you up to the board, to the Lions, to put the work up there yourself. So, since it was Megan's request, I'll bet that she's got a few self-chosen problems that she'd like to see done. So which one would you like to start with?
Section 2, number
That's
31.
Page 36, section 2, page 36, number 31, same as my age. Perform the indicated operations and simplify. Okay, so.
I know you wanted it, but it's
Ah,
not ready.
darn.
You can't do it.
So close.
Maybe next time.
Page 36, number 31, and the problem is 2 times a minus 5 times a minus 5 plus 1 to the minus 1 plus minus 5 in parentheses squared times a minus 1 times a minus 5 plus 1 to the minus 2. Now the first thing I have to do is see if I copied the problem reasonably correctly. I know none of you have ever done this, but confession, I've actually miscopied a problem in my life. And then I worked through the whole thing, and I was so pleased I got the right answer to the wrong problem, and it wasn't worth anything. So 5 minus 5 squared minus 1 minus 5. So let's proceed. And now the thing to recognize about these parentheses around the minus 1 and around the minus 5 itself is that they're multiplicative. They're not grouping. So we don't attack there, we attack with our first grouping parenthesis. So I just do one step at a time because I know myself all too well. And now I do a minus 5 plus 1, and I arrive at a minus 4. The rest of it stays undisturbed. So I can get maximum partial credit in case I shoot myself in the foot because I've only done one thing at a time. Now I approach the next grouping parentheses, which is minus 5 plus 1 again, and I don't change anything else. And minus 5 plus 1 is again a minus 4, and this is to the minus 2 power. And next, I see that I have some exponentiations, so my order of operations is that I do exponentiations first, and I left to right order. So I attack this exponentiation, and anything to the minus 1 power is 1 over a to the first power, because the general rule is that a to the minus n equals 1 over a to the plus n. That's the definition of minus n. So this becomes 2 times minus 5 over a minus 4, plus a minus 5 quantity squared minus 1 minus 4 to the minus 2. So I have another exponent, which is minus 5 in parentheses squared. Now the squared applies to what is immediately to the left of it. In this case, it's a parentheses. So it's a parentheses that's getting squared. Minus 5 becomes a plus 25. So 2 times a minus 5 over a minus 4. And this became a plus 25. And the minus 1 stays, and the minus 4 to the minus 2. The next exponent is attacked. Minus 4 to the minus 2 equals 1 over minus 4 to the plus 2. And minus 4 to the plus 2 is equal to, the parentheses are being squared, minus 4 equals 16. So that this is equal to 1 over 16. So we make that change. 2 times minus 5 to the minus 4 plus 25 minus 1, and this is now 1 over 16. And so continuing, the exponents are all gone, so my third priority in order of operations is multiplication and division, left to right. So I have 2 times a minus 5 is a minus 10 over minus 4 undisturbed. And again, I'm very conservative, nothing else changes. And now, left or right, we have division. Minus 10 over minus 4 is, I'm going to leave it as a fraction, 5 halves, plus sign, and 25 times a minus 1 over 16. So 5 halves. Now 25 times a minus 1 is a minus 25, 1 over 16. So 5 over 2 minus 25 over 16. One's an apple, one's an orange. So we need to do a side work, and we need to elevate 5 over 2 to something over 16. So 2 into 16, 8 times 5 is 40. So we get 40 over 16 minus 25 over 16 for a correct answer of 15 over 16. So just be very careful, do one thing at a time, not 2 things at once, and follow the order of operations. Okay, how many nailed it? Okay, so second request for an example. Yes, ma'am.
Number 24 on section 2.
What page number? 36 again?
36.
24?
Yes.
Oh, cute. It's nice every once in a while to get a problem that is not a high school problem. It's definitely a university level problem. It's appreciated. Okay, so 24 is a minus 32 over 9 to the minus 3/5 problem. So this is equal to minus 32 equals 1 over minus 32 over 9 to the plus 3/5 power, because of our general rule, a to the minus n equals 1 over a to the plus n. So now we have to do some side work. Minus 32 over 9 to the 3/5 is equal to minus 32 over 9 to the 1/5 power, and then the whole thing becomes cubed. Or actually, I just realized, let's see if there's an even better way to do it. Cube of 91 divided by 5. I don't necessarily see an easy way to do it. So this 1/5 distributes, so we have it's equal to minus 32 to the 1/5 power, and on the bottom is 9 to the 1/5 power, and then the whole thing is cubed again. Now, 32 to the 1/5 power is asking for what? What number multiplied by itself 5 times is going to generate a minus 32? So what we can do is put it this way. Minus 32 to the 1/5 power is equal to something that we don't know what is. So we need to make this a unit power, so take it to the 5th power. So what we have is minus 32 equals x to the 5th, another way to say it. So now, what number multiplied by itself 5 times will give you a minus 32? Negative 2, agreed? So x is equal to minus 2, and the sign is included. So what we go back here is we have now a minus 2 on the top, and a 9 to the 1/5 on the bottom, and the whole thing becomes cubed. Now, this breaks down to a minus 2 cubed on top, and a 9 to the 1/5 cubed on the bottom. So now a minus 2 cubed is friendly, agreed? Minus 2 cubed is a minus 8. And we have 9 to the 1/5 cubed, which does not look very friendly. But, so we have 2 over 9 to the 1/5 power cubed. And we can invert the order of those if you want. It's 2 over 9 cubed to the 1/5 power, which is a little more palatable, because we can ask our calculator, what is 9 cubed? It's 729? 9 cubed?
Yes.
So it's 2 over 729 to the 5th power, or you can write it as 2 over the 5th root of 729. Now, I'm not sure if the 5th root of 729 is an integer or not, so I would have to ask my calculator, what is 729 to the 0.2 power? 729 to the 0.2 power? See if it comes out to be an integer. Anyone? 729 to the 0.2 power? Does it come out? So it's not. So we've got this thing simplified, I would say, as much as we could. So let's go back to what we had here. So this is 1 over what we have found, and I seem to have changed my 8 into a 2, which is a typo. We had declared it to be a minus 8, so it's a typo. So we have 1 over minus 8 over the 5th root of 729, and 1 over that means we take the reciprocal of it, so we have minus the 5th root of 729 over 8. Okay. Did our author get the same thing?
It looks more simplified.
Yeah.
He has a simplified answer? Number 24? Maybe he did one step more. Yeah, he broke down 729. He found a 5th root that divides into it. Something to the 5th power will divide into 729, and apparently it's 3. Now, I didn't recognize that, so I stopped 1 step short. So he's able to take it more 1 step more, because he recognizes that 3 is left inside, and the 5th root of 3, so 3 to the 5th power is what number? What's 3 to the 5th power? Okay, well, we can take it 1 step more if you happen to know what 3 to the 5th power is, but I'd be willing to stop here. So these are the steps that are involved in that, and that's where we're going to go on that one. It's a fairly intricate problem. No real points to bring out about it. Yeah, you could play around with it a little bit more and squeeze it down some more, but it didn't occur to me there. He gets 3 to the 6/5. I wonder if that's possible to get 3 to the 6/5 out of 9 to the 3/5. 9 to the 3/5 becomes 3 to the 6/5. Oh yeah, I see what he did. So this is what he decided. I don't know if it's a real simplification or not, but he decided that 9 to the 3/5 can be written as 3 squared to the 3/5, because you might agree that 9 is 3 squared. So now you can multiply these two exponents together and you get 3 to the 6/5. So we feel that's an easier way to write hide it, then you're entitled to do that too. I'll just leave it as that. Okay, so there's various forms of the answer. So a good one to have asked for, certainly tricky enough. Any others to bring up? How many nailed that one, or nailed it as much as I did anyway? Good. Okay, so we've got time for one more. Let's see if anyone's got one, otherwise we'll write the whiteboards. 1, 2. Okay, so it's your guys' time. So let's see if any of this is more easily done orally. So page 13. Number 3. Okay, Ira, could you get us started with A? List the elements of 3 which are natural numbers, and your answer are.
20 over 10 equals 2 and...
A little louder for the people in the corner.
20 over 10 equals 2 and 117.
Is a natural number. What do we mean when we define the natural numbers? What do they consist of? The integers? Stop. Just integers. Or the natural numbers. That's where it all started. If we add 0 to the natural numbers, what do we then call it? 0 means whole. We call it the whole numbers. And if we add the negative numbers to the whole numbers, we call those the set of integers. Okay? Then if we include one integer over another, like 2/3 or 4 over 1, we call those the rational numbers. And then if we include those numbers which, if you express them as a decimal, never terminate and never repeat, such as the square root of 2, those are the irrational numbers. And all those together become the real numbers. Well, if we call all of these real numbers, by implication, we're indicating that there's something out there that's unreal. And we call those the imaginary numbers. And those involve the square roots of negative numbers. And we'll talk more about those next Tuesday. Square roots of negative numbers. Okay, so B, list the elements of A which are irrational numbers. Irrational number is identified that if you attempt to express it as a decimal, it never terminates and never repeats. So Ira, which are the irrational numbers?
Radical 3 and 5.202002002.
Okay, done deal. You found them. And now, find the intersection of A with what he's indicating as Z. And what has he chosen to use C to stand for? The set of... What did he choose the letter Z to stand for? So, these are all present on page 6. This is nomenclature. The natural numbers he calls capital N. The whole numbers capital W, and the integers he calls capital Z. The rational numbers capital Q. The irrational numbers capital P. And all of those together would sum up to be the real numbers. So now he's looking for the intersection of A and Z. So Megan, what's the intersection of A and Z?
-3, 20 over 10, and 117.
Right, the integers. Okay, now what's the intersection of A and Q, where he defines Q to be the rational numbers? Megan again?
-3, -1.02, -3/5, 0.57, 1.23, continuous, 20 over 10, and 117.
Okay, I think that we have one. Is there any controversy? Okay, let's go to 4, fill in the chart below. That is more easily done if that was assigned. I'll have to double check. That would be more easily done on the whiteboards, and it was assigned. Looking for more oral stuff, 6. So I think that we'll just go up to the whiteboards at this time, and we will put on the whiteboards, except for the one that we already did, we'll put the material in section 0.1, page 13. So this is what we do at the whiteboards. Everyone just goes up and claims the territory. We've got the whiteboard at the side, and we've got the whiteboard in front. And with 7 people, we can put 3 on the side, 4 on the front, 5 on the front, 2 on the side, something like that. There should be plenty of room because we are able to get 20 people into the same space. So you guys have a luxury of space, there's no question about it. Now, I have some markers here, and I could put them in the trays and leave them there, and they're for public use. But what happened when we tried to do that is that one person went up and picked up a public marker and dropped it because it was full of ink all over it, a total mess. Because, I know this is going to shock you, but we actually had people in that class that erased the whiteboard with their hand. And then they picked up a marker, and the marker was inked, and some people didn't want to touch it. So there were 2 things I could do. I could either set a rule that you can't erase with your hand and try to enforce it. But there's a rule of government, never make a rule you can't enforce. So I decided that I would try plan B, and that is I will issue each of you your personal private marker for the duration of the course. You get to take it home and bring it back to the next class and use it again. Now, if you forget it the next class, then I can rent you one for the duration. Now, the catch on this is at the end of 8 weeks, I have to collect these back from you. Now, I know what you're thinking. I pay $700 for a course, and the cheap school can't even give me a $1 marker. Well, I feel the same way, but that's unfortunately the way it comes down. So what you'll do the first time we go up to the boards is you'll just pick up a marker for yourself. Now, when you go up to the whiteboard, please put your name at the top of your work so that your classmates can find you and compliment you on the quality of it. And then please put the page and problem number next to it. And please erase anything that's previously on the board because it tends to confuse students trying to check the work. After you get your work up there, please check the rest of the work that's up there so that those students can rest assured that they did theirs right as well. So you're doing it for each other. Once again, it's not for me, I'm not going to look at it. Now, if you find a discrepancy between your work and what's on the board, please call over the person whose name's at the top and talk it over. And if you can't reach resolution, let me know, and I'll myself do that particular problem. So the question always comes up, how many steps should you put on the board? The amount of steps you should put on the board is the number that you would need to see if you didn't know how to do that problem, and you were understanding how to do that problem by what you looked at. So that's the guide to the number of steps that you should look at. Okay, so let's take our first attempt. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 problems. So problem 4, 6, 11, 14, 19, 22, 24, and a volunteer for 28. Thanks, Kona. 28 for you also. Okay, so with those, let's try putting those up there, see how it goes. This is our first venture to the whiteboards. Jared, yeah, you slide that one out. Good move. But watch the camera behind you. Oh, I saw that. I saw that. That was brutal. Territorial. This one's mine. Ira, better draw a line.
well, one more thing, so.
Is that dry?
Yeah.
It's dead?
No, no,
Where can find?
it's fine, yeah.
All right. Nice circles there, Josh. Well,
Not great, sir.
last one.
So that one
Whatever
was
with them.
no quality.
I'll do the lines.
Okay.
Cat, let her work, will you?
No, it's, no, 'cause this is a long table, I don't want.
No, I don't blame you. I feel the same way, but it's gotta be done.
It'll be done now.
Okay, so please eyeball the answers that are up there, see if there's any that, you got a different answer from. If you did, please let the person know, because if you don't alert them, they're gonna think they're right. So if you do have a difference, I'll let the person know. Okay, so Kona's finishing up the last one, and Ira will continue working when we go to the next page, because she got an unfortunate long problem.
Okay.
Are there any other questions about what's on the board? Jack? Thanks. If they're not, then we'll proceed to the next section. So Ira, you just keep working on that one. And the next section, page 36. And I already did 24 and 31. So each person will get 2. So it helps to write down the problem number I asked you to do. Some of these are fairly trivial. And please wait for your second problem. So page 36, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10, 13, 14, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 26, Jared, a third problem. Volunteer for 30, thanks Kayla. Volunteer for 31, thanks Megan. And volunteer for 30, 31 is done, volunteer for 34. Okay, that's it. Let's go those up. Now, if you don't have a problem I asked you to do, let me know, and we'll reassign it. But unfortunately, we don't have time for you to do it on the whiteboard for the first time.
Happy palms. I think I want to-
Boy, Ira, you're pretty slow.
Okay.
Page is 36.
Please don't erase that, because people haven't checked it yet. Maybe you can share with Kayla. Kayla, could you share your board? Yeah.
Would you happen to have
Another mark, got a couple hundred of them
this thing
died.
died?
So just take a pic. Gone right around. Green one, got it. A couple black ones. Ooh. Sounds about right. These are getting harder now, so it's more worthwhile for you to double check your work.
Okay, stand by.
All right, nice, thank you. Much appreciated.
Oh, gosh.
Wonder what that
I
means.
forgot to write everything over too. I was missing it.
Ouch. Sorry about that, Josh.
Perfectly fine.
Kayla, I wish I had your penmanship. The rest of the class wishes I had your penmanship too. There's a lot of good penmanship on that board. And then there are a few like me,
You're like us.
like us. Okay, thanks, Ira. So Ira finished up number 4 from the first page, so that can be cross-checked too. And Kona finished up one of the last ones of the first page as well, so you can check those off as well. I think we have a controversy over here. We do have a controversy.
Looks like an 8 to me.
Oh my god.
All right, thanks for pointing that out, Jared. Good job.
We did it the other way. I did. It's that supposed to be
I know just how you feel. I did it twice. Okay, so we're nearing completion on these. Thank you. Nice job. So let's check and cross-check. Okay. Stay with it. Stay with it. We'll just leave you up there for the next one. So there's this 28 check from the first section, and number 4 from the first section as well.
Yes. I think you're 26 is wrong. So,
Is she talking to you there, Jared?
I don't know.
She's calling you out. See
I don't
what-
know whose name that is.
Well, why don't you just try to help out there a little? And one is still in effect. So is everything else
I
passed?
skipped so much stuff.
We have winners there. There's been a dispute on number 26. So what are the, what's the feeling? How many agree with this 26 on the board? Negative, negative, negative?
I don't agree.
No, Jared, it's 0 to 1. You gotta, okay, so that's not the one we want. Something went south. Okay, so we need someone that has a different answer to come up and talk it over with Jared. Okay, Connie, you wanna come up? Jared, we have some input. Listen to the ladies.
Okay, so,
Oh, I missed.
yeah, that's a negative.
This was.
So negative 4.
Negative and positive is should be negative.
Yeah.
You just forgot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So, I went with the parentheses inside here, which will give 2 plus 1 squared. You can write it down here maybe. Oh, you want to erase that?
So it's 2 plus 1.
No, I use like whole
So
square
it's
root.
just b squared, so it's 9.
the whole square root of 2 plus 1.
It's the part I like best. People teach other people how to do it and I get paid.
Well, you can take, before you divide by 2, you do,
That will be 2 plus 1 squared. If you get rid of the parentheses
This one
inside,
got me for a
2
bit.
plus 1 squared.
before you divide 2, take the.
No.
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
So it's
Yeah,
3.
2 plus, yeah. Squared.
So it's not.
Yes.
I had 9.
Square 9 plus,
You just
here.
Do a big, do.
Use the big one. Don't put
And
the
then do
square
it all
root
together. So 9, right? Plus, so
It's
what's
next to the
square,
radical,
1
so
half square?
It's not
1 4.
given, it's given that the
So
one
it's
is
not.
there.
Right? No, because you have to.
Yeah, 25 over
Six
4.
right
You're
now,
right.
the-
25.
Yeah.
I skipped the steps on
Shouldn't, you see, you shouldn't have raised that part.
Why did you do that?
Or if you add these two, square root.
Okay,
you
yeah,
get
that's the
61
right thing
over
to do.
Oh, that's why.
It
That's
has
why.
to
Yeah,
divide
you
into
did
both
it
pieces.
separately.
So was it?
We brought that out big
61
time
over 4.
after you left the other night, so if you get a chance to look at the video, we
You can put the
did
square
that
root of
pretty
4,
good.
so 61
I was trying to watch it
over 2.
yesterday.
I wasn't there.
Thank you.
Okay, good job. Everybody straightened out everything and we're ready to go on our next section. Thanks everyone for your input. So we're on page 47 now. Okay, so instructions. Solve the given linear equation and check your answer. There it is. So each person will get 2. So here we go. Page 47. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 12, 15, 23, 26, 31, 39, 46, and now we'll have a duplication. Jarrett, could you also do 39? And Ira, could you also do 31? Okay? So, a few people have duplicates, everyone has 2, so let's put this up there now. Yeah, we can erase everything. And please do erase everything, it tends to be confusing.
How did I get this far?
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a start. Okay, we're gonna get reinforcements coming your way as soon as they're available. Okay, so, that's right. Well, it's backwards, it's 5 root 2.
Oh, yeah.
5 root 2. The other one is, the y is in front, it's not under the radical. The y is not under the radical.
No.
Then write it in front. So, now. Yeah, now write the square root of 2, which is still there.
Square root of 2.
Yeah, square root of 2. All over 3. And now you put 1.
Oh, I see.
So please check the ones that are up there for the sake of the person that put it up there.
For number 2, I had -1/20.
Okay, Megan, someone wants to talk to you? Ira wants to talk to you, Megan. So, guys, talk it over.
-1/28.
Oh,
you
you
just-
just 2.
I'd probably do, wait, did you? Yeah. Sorry, thank you.
Oh, was I supposed to put this one?
That looks good. Well, the 3 and the 5 give you the 15s. We only get to do it once. 3 times 5, 15. Good, good. Okay, now combine like terms. Bring this, add plus 2y, or 2 to each side. And add it over here too. Okay, so now you got 17 of them, right? 17 y, 6. So now I have to solve for y, that means those 2 go in the bottom. So divide by 17, 2. Let's see, got it right.
Oh, I was thinking about the 17 now.
Yeah, right. So we get y is equal to 6. Only we don't do this kind of a line, it's confusing, do the big straight line like you did here. 6 over. And our author doesn't like radical denominators, so do root 2 over root 2, and if it is, that's right, close to it. So, 6 root 2. 17 times 2, and the 2 and the 6 reduced to 3. Okay, so, and that's the right answer. Nice, complicated problem. So let's cross-check these, see if we had any discrepancies. People need to know if they did it wrong. People need to know if they did it wrong. So let's cross-check one last time. Make sure everything agrees with what you got. Ooh. Profanity light is off. Ouch. So Ira wants to talk over with Alicia. Alicia, she wants to talk. So have a conversation. Okay.
You said 45.
Right here.
Was it a typo?
No, she got it right, it's just
Yeah.
how she got it.
Oh, is it a valid method or invalid?
Um,
Oh, Oh, you're just curious about that, whether.
Yeah, what she did. How she,
She cleared the fractions. This is one way of clearing fractions. The lowest common multiple of 5, 15, and 9 is 45. So you multiply everything in sight by 45. So you should have some parentheses. Can I use this? The only thing that makes it a little bit clearer is to put the parentheses right there. So it's good work. Valid steps. Good technique.
I keep writing the problem.
What some people do is they take out their camera and they click the solutions instead of copying. That works too. Photograph. Okay, Connor, you're looking at one real close. You have a different answer.
I just can't see.
Because I'm in the way. Oh, you can't, I can't see it from here.
I'm not even.
Let's give you another new pen. Okay, my fault, I have bad pens. So now we go to page 58. Everybody will get one problem. Page 58, section 0.4. 2, Tyler, 2. Number 2.
Oh, sorry.
Number 2, 8, 9, 14, 19, 23,
And I actually left the working section at my court.
and 911. Yeah, same guy, same story. Yeah, bring 2 each strong. Okay, 23 for you, Milky. And volunteer for 29, thanks. And 29 also.
Yeah, they should be.
Okay, let's throw those up there. Yeah, you know the one you got, okay?
I actually didn't get
Okay, we need another volunteer for 24. Thanks, Ira. Can you add 24 to your list?
it.
23.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Volunteer, yes, please erase everything. Can we have a volunteer for 23? Going once, Conan, 23?
Well, I have no solution.
No solution is a good answer, it's probably the right answer.
What's the theorem 0.4?
Those problems, you have to know how to do them. 23 does have an answer.
23 is the only one I don't know.
I'll do 23, how's that sound?
Is it greater than -2?
It's no solution.
23 has no solution. There's no solution.
I
You
got
got-
solutions for it.
You got a solution for it.
Me
Okay,
too.
Publish.
Still actually doing this work.
That's cool. No, we all do that. We all do that, that's nothing. It's nothing.
I just don't want to do that.
No, it's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, 23 has no solution. And, it's easy for absolute values to have no solution, because they can't be negative. So Connor's carrying the load of 2 or 3 problems. You doing 23 also? That's all right, we'll find out. We'll find out. So maybe I'll do 23 just in case. 3z plus 5 plus 2 is less than 1. So number 23 has no solution.
Oh. Simple.
Yeah. So still
You got no solution as well?
equals negative.
Yeah. So these are going really well. Give yourself a little pat in the back. You guys did your work. Okay, so number 23 has no solution because there is no absolute value that is negative. Absolute values are always positive. So there can be no absolute value. There's no value of z that can cause an absolute value to be less than 0 or less than -1. So that's fine. So any questions about the other stuff that's up there? Let's look it over and make sure it passes muster. Question?
Oh, okay.
Understand?
You don't understand?
There's supposed to be two different ones because of absolute value.
There's no need to go through that.
What was your?
All 20.
There's no need to go through that. Let me put it this way. Okay, let me work down here. What's the absolute value of -3? 3. What's the absolute value of 14?
14.
Okay, what's the absolute value of -11? Are any of these answers negative? Is it possible to apply the absolute value operation and generate a negative? Or we always generate a positive? Because the absolute value operation says to drop any negatives, agreed? So if this did turn out to be negative, it would be dropped. It would become positive, agreed? And therefore it can't be less than -1. So once you apply the absolute value operation, you produce a positive number. And there's no positive number less than -1. Okay? So let's make it much simpler. Absolute value of x is less than 0. Give me an x whose absolute value is less than 0. Search as you will, you won't find any. Because no matter what value of x you put in there, -22, -1 million, it's going to become positive. So the absolute value sign produces a positive number. And there's no positive number that's less than -1. So there's no value of z that can produce a correct solution at all. So, good. So that page went up, and please check and cross-check, make sure that there's no discrepancies. Okay, they get harder now. They get harder. So Ira, you're pondering what's over there, or which one?
Number 8.
Number 8?
What's supposed to be
Whose is it?
mine?
Oh, you're pondering your own work.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I did this.
We do have a sequence of operations there that might not be what you want to do.
Oh.
And to be absolutely sure you're right, the first thing you do is you strip the left side of the equal sign to only having the absolute values. You move everything else to the other side. Before you go into your two operations. Now, it's going to come out to be arithmetically the same. It might not always. So I think you're going to produce the answer. But this is the preferred style. So the problem is 2/3, 5 minus 2w minus 1/2. So let me see if I copied the problem reasonably right. Not too bad. So what I want to do is strip everything to the other side except 5 minus 2w. I want everything to go to the other side. So I add a 1/2 to the side, I get 2/3. 5 minus 2w is equal to 5 and 1/2, which is 11/2. And so now I multiply both sides by 3/2. And I get 5 minus 2w is equal to 33/4. And then you break it into two pieces. 5 minus 2w equals 33/4, and 5 minus 2w equals minus 33/4. After you have stripped everything down, except the absolute value signs, then you equate it to a plus and equate it to a minus, and you solve those equations. So it probably is going to come out to be the same, but in all problems it might not come out to be the same. So you want to strip it first. Okay? Good. So once again, I'll be here Saturday from 2 to 4. If anybody wants to go through any of these slower, or anything of that sort. So are there any other question about what's on the board? We've got 2 more sections, so let's try another one right now. And these will also be slower, and each person will get 2. So page 68. So Kona, 1. Kyla, 3. Ira, 5. Jarrett, 9. Oh, no?
No, I got that, this one.
Okay, 9.
I'll take his too.
10, and then take 12 as well. So Ira 16, Alicia 23, Kyla 28, Ira 29, Kona mispronounced your name, and Jared 30. I forgot. Okay, if you don't remember what number I gave you, just pick one.
1 and 16.
Oh,
Sounds
wait.
good. 1 and 16.
I thought I had 16. Oh.
Oh, well,
Never
okay.
mind.
Okay, we'll just see what one's missing, and then we'll get it up there somehow. This is all the fun.
I know. And now we're faster. It's a blessing.
What's the factor?
Let's see what the instructions are.
It just says simplify.
Simplify? No, no need to factor in. Yeah, that looks simplified to me. I would not do anything more to that. They might want you to pull out common factors. Depends on what type of people they are.
Thank you. Yeah, right.
That's number 3. Nope, they want it right like that. They're just like we are.
The 500 should be negative.
You have a sign mistake.
You didn't apply the sign code.
Good catch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's here too. Because you distribute of you had such a good high school course, this is almost boring to you.
Yes, it is.